is it ever okay to intervene in a family member's relationship?
Oh, I just think that you've got to keep your enemies close. So if I don't like a partner of anyone, I'm just much nicer to them, because I think then you can see what they're about. You know, with my mum always said to me, I would never tell you anything because I don't want you to. I think you get the Romeo and Juliet effect. So if you ban it, they're going to run to them. So if there's a bit of a scuddy sort of bloke around one of my girls, I'll tell them, come on holiday with us, come and have dinner with us, because it's really difficult for a really unpleasant person to bear that sort of family atmosphere. In fact, at the weekend, I had a chat with Maddie, who's 13, my 13-year-old. I said, listen, love, you know, I'm not going to want to interfere with any of your boyfriends, and I will always be absolutely lovely to them, but how would you feel if we had a code word, say like, danger, 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 that I could just say, and if I really, really felt something was a bit dodgy about somebody, and then if you wanted to, you could then have a conversation with me, but if you don't, I will leave it at that. Yeah, please, because I've been worrying about that, actually, Mum. So sweet.
Well, you're good you have that, because my mum is an absolute nightmare, to the point that if she comes down and there's a guy sitting on my sofa, she'd be like, so what do you do then? I hope you're not coming here to sponge off my daughter. She's an absolute nightmare. She doesn't care.
Does it?
No, but she's always right. No, but she's always right, and I just wish I always listened to her. But she's a nightmare. She's deadly. She does not care.
But do you do it sometimes to... because your mum is kind of interfering and telling me what to do, because you're strong-willed, aren't you? So I imagine you go in and doing it anyway.
She knows how soft I am. She doesn't want to see me get hurt, and she's right. People do sponge off me.
Do you
She's never
regret
been
now
wrong.
not taking her advice at times?
Yes, I hate to say it, but yes, Mum, you're always right.
So what will you do with your kids? Will you keep quiet or will you interfere?
Yeah, but I'm more of a wind-up. So, like, if the girlfriend's around, I'll be like, oh, have you had a little kiss yet? Then I'll be that type, cheeky.
Oh, that's really annoying.
That's so annoying. I would recommend
so
that.
embarrassing. But then if they've got a girlfriend, or, like, when they have the boyfriends, I'd rather them be under my roof than in a park and someone else's house. Although I won't allow them to stay together, they have to sleep separate for when they're older, till they're old enough. No, I'm quite easygoing, but... I'm quite open with them.
What about you?
Well, actually, mine's a different story in a way, because when I was young, living in Northern Ireland, Protestant, married a Catholic. Now, at that time, with, you know, everything that was going on there, it really was a taboo thing to do. And when my mum and dad found out that that's what I was intending to do, I brought my dad up to Belfast to meet my then husband, or would be my husband, Don. And he was very clever, actually, because I think he could see that I was going to go ahead with it anyway. And he said, look, I disapprove. I won't come to the wedding. He's a very highly principled man. And in a strange way, I understood why he was so principled about it. But he said, from the second you marry this man, if you do, he will be like a son to me. And that's exactly what he did. I was very fond of him. It was a very measured way of doing it. But I think he was more... What annoyed me a little bit was I think that they're more worried about what the neighbours would say rather than how I was feeling. But I never really resented them for it because he was highly principled, and I admired that.
The thing for me... I've just got it in my head that I just wouldn't let anybody come between my love for my children, and I'm not going to miss out on them. And if I have to be at a wedding biting my tongue off because I think it's the wrong person, I'd rather be there, and I'll be there for them, no doubt, when it goes wrong as well. You know, I hate to just have that rift.
But you should never tell your parents. I've also learnt this. You know, if you're going to moan about your boyfriend, never moan to your parents about it. Because then when you do make up for your boyfriend, your mum, that never forget what you say. They're like, but he was like this. And I've learnt, I have learnt from that.